Hey everybody, it's True Flight here. This time we're going to try something a little new. People have been asking me for some gameplay videos, so I thought I'd give it a try. I have to forgive my levels and things because it's the first time I've done this, so I haven't had time to kind of mess with the settings. But this time we're going to be taking a look at The Crew. It's one of my personal favorite games. And this here's my 2010 Camaro. We're in a performance spec. And we're going to be doing a cross-country run here from Miami to Dallas. It's a faction-based mission. It's going to be by myself, though they are much more fun to run with other people. I figured it'd be easier for this video just to do it by myself. If you're not familiar with The Crew, it's kind of an open-world driving game. You have all of North America here. It's scaled down quite a bit, but all your major cities are represented, and you can go anywhere down in the towns and whatnot. And you have big stretches of open country, and you get out here in the west, and there's the deserts and mountains. And the nice thing about it is you can take like an off-road spec of a car and just drive up over these mountains and through the desert. There's very little blocked places, except for maybe downtown, and the cities have some invisible walls you can't get through. So we're going to give this a try. Hop over here. There's a bunch of various missions you can do. You can do these faction missions up to 4 players. There's PvP zones you can do up to 8 players, and you can do co-op missions as well as your friends and some NPCs. This time we're going to be running solo though, just a time attack type race. Game's got a bunch of different cars and a bunch of different specs. This one is actually a performance spec. It's got extra acceleration and handling at the cost of durability and top speed. A bunch of different camera views too, which I really can't change too much while we're down here in downtown without wrecking, but I'll give it a try. This is our up close third person view. This one's like a cinematic camera. It kind of changes depending on what you're doing. And we have our hood ornament camera. This is actually the hood type camera. Kind of weird that you're in the center of the car, but you get a good feeling for the road because you can see where your fenders are. And we have just the nose cam here. Makes you feel like you're going really fast, but at the same time you have no point of reference of where your vehicle actually is. Not one of my favorites. The in-car camera in this game's pretty amazing. Gives you the best feel for a sim type thing, but I find it hard to drive from. I guess I'm spoiled. I always play racing games in third person. Anyway, I'm a huge Camaro fan. I own one in real life. We got the 2010 here in game. I have it in every spec. Also have a 69 Camaro in game. They don't have the 3rd gen that I actually own. But only game I've ever seen that in was Gran Turismo 4. Had the 25th anniversary. Hopefully we'll get it in some game one of these days. But this track's got a lot of big open road. Sadly, it forces you to use a performance car. Some of the circuit cars would probably be amazing on this. Much higher top speeds. The Camaro here is not too shabby though. I have been driving with the exotics. I have a Lotus Exige and some Lamborghinis and things I've been messing around with. So I'm a little out of practice with the Camaro here. Also driving currently with a keyboard. I don't have a wheel yet, and my controller died on me, so I'm not a big fan of the controller anyway. So hopefully I'll get a wheel here soon though, and be doing some videos with that. For now I'm running full assist since I am running on a keyboard. I usually drive in sport, but again I'm out of practice with this car. And then once I get a wheel, there's a hardcore mode which turns off all of the assists. And it's a lot more interesting to drive these cars. You really need a pedal to make use of the full or the hardcore mode though, because there's no traction control or anything, and if you floor it, which with a keyboard you only have foot to the floor or no gas, it tends to burn the tires, and you end up fishtailing. And it's interesting for drifting though. I'm hoping to make this run without any major accidents, but if we get some close calls or something, at least it'll be something to talk about. Lots of open highway on this one, which is nice. Not too terribly much traffic. There are a couple tighter turns where, due to the weight of the car, we actually have to let off the gas a little bit. I did this earlier with the Lamborghini Murcielago, and you could just go almost wide throttle the whole way. It's nice. This turn up here is one we're going to have to brake for. Oh, and there's traffic on it too. This ought to be fun. Not too shabby. Weaving through traffic with a keyboard is kind of difficult, especially through here. We're going to have to try to ride the middle line. The nice thing is with arcade setting, or with the full assist settings, it's kind of more arcadey, less simish, so you can get away with bumping somebody like I just did back there. We do have a tank of nitrous on this, but I tend not to use it too much on this track just because of the traffic. Some of those open stretches of highway, though, you can really let it go. And that blue line there is my GPS telling me which way to go. Certain races have it, some don't. There's even an upgrade you can buy to make it show up in almost every race, but it's not always the most accurate thing in the world. Once you do these races enough times too, you've learned the track, there's really no need for it. I find lots of shortcuts that it doesn't pick for me too, so. Especially in the city, you can go down back alleys and things, it never picks them. Hopefully we can hit a rainstorm or something. There's usually some around Dallas. You can see the transition from the dry road, sunny day here to the wet road, raining. Cars splash as they go by. It's kind of neat. And this is probably the sharpest corner on the track here, and I usually tap the guardrail. We're going to try not to this time. There we go. Even managed to get in between the light poles without hitting them. This little section here, I'm going in the oncoming lane. It's slightly faster. Usually doesn't matter too much until the very end. There's a section where you get on an elevated bridge part of a highway, and if you're on the other side, you have to take this exit. It's a longer route from there to the finish line. Where if you're in this oncoming lane, you can take the exit on the other side that puts you almost a direct shot. Whoa, I almost bit it right there. Try to get back under control here. Those little jumps, you can't turn when your wheels aren't on the ground. 200 miles an hour into oncoming traffic is always fun. Try to ride the line. There's another little bunny hop coming up here, which really messes me up sometimes. Hopefully we'll get through it. No traffic there. See if we can make this turn. I always mess this up. Oh, there's traffic. Jeez, that was almost bad. Made it through not too terribly bad. Almost to our finish line. Oh, gonna overshoot. Oh. Except for that last turn, it wasn't too horrible. And then we're going to get some useless part as a reward because I've already got this car maxed out. A couple scuffs in the paint there. Not too bad. What are we going to get? Level 50 engine. That's... we don't need. Check our time here. 750 is alright. I can usually do it around 7:30 or so with a faster car, but I do like my Camaro. Oh sure, now it starts to get dark to rain. See if it's still raining. Yeah, the downside is those races are in an instance. It sets you at a specific time. So the time that you're racing isn't necessarily the in-game time, which is now it's night out. Bring up the map, it'll actually tell me what time it is. Yeah, it's 11 o'clock at night, which the race was during the day, which is why the rain stopped, but it's an interesting game. Lots of stuff to do, lots of different types of races and things, lots of cars. Let me know if there's a specific car you want to see, and I'll do an event with that. I've got tons of cars, and we can do different specific types of events and things. Anyway, let me know what kinds of things you want to see. I really don't have the money to go out and buy games to do videos on specific games, but if I have them, I'm more than willing to give it a try. I'm better at some kind of games than others, so that's definitely something to keep in mind. And if you like the video, let me know and we'll do more of them. Until then, I'll see you in the next video.